The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. If you enjoy our work, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow the links in the description. Thanks for your support, and enjoy.
Greetings and salutations, listener. It is I, Eric J. Chucci, joined as always by my compatriot in... Patriot?
No.
The boy? Man, I should have thought about this one beforehand.
Much like this podcast itself, I want to get right up front. This was his idea.
And I'm sorry.
Because, look, alright, real talk, listener. I have to be out of town for the, 2 days. The 2 days of the week we would normally record the podcast, either one of them. So, we're recording way super early, and we didn't have a thing to talk about. Spork found us a thing to talk about, so we're going to talk about it. Spork, would you like to introduce our topic for the day?
In a perfect world, we would be talking about the new Ninja Turtles movie, which we're both super psyched to see. But it's Saturday on opening weekend, and we don't like children.
And
So-
we can't go Sunday or Monday or Tuesday because I'm going to be out of town.
Mine Tuesday'd be too late anyhow. So, it is what it is. So I Googled 10 random questions nerd was the exact input I inpat. And it led me to...
Was this the first result?
It might have been. It led me to the Anything But Theist blog. I don't know what else is on this blog. I can't say as though I endorse really even these 10 questions.
Also, named Super Tryhard there, buddy.
Yeah, well, whatever. Thanks for the questions, homie. Brett.
Good job, Brett.
I like your dog. It's got a nice spotty dog face. Anyhow, so these are 10 questions that we are going to kind of maybe answer, possibly. And the reason I give that much precedent to that much preface rather to the statement is question number 1 is fuck, marry, kill. If you haven't heard of that game, Google it. Magikarp, Pikachu, Squirtle.
I got an answer for this. Ready? I got one.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Here we are.
Okay.
All right. So, I like all these Pokemons. So, kill is obviously going to be the remainder.
Sure.
Because there's none I'm really looking to murder.
All right.
So, from there, we have fuck and marry.
Okay.
So, I went with marry first. So, and that's...
this speaks of the difference between you and I, because I went with fuck first, but go ahead.
Well, my brain didn't immediately jump to which one of these Pokemons do I want to put my dick in. And it was immediate. The answer was immediate. I was like, all right, so which one do I marry? Magikarp. My brain just immediately gave me that.
Okay.
Because that shit's a long-term investment, marriage.
Sure.
So is Magikarp. That shit pays off. I'm married to a Gyarados. My waifu will take me on fancy rides down the seashore.
That's respectable.
Then, all right, of Pikachu and Squirtle. Look, I lose either way in this particular battle, but only one of these things can electrocute me mid-coitus. So it's got to be Squirtle.
Oh.
And at least poor Pika on the cutting room floor.
You know, I have to say...
Please do not Google Pokemon porn.
No, I won't. You have to use special terms for that, though, because Nintendo cracks down on it. I just want to... you're going to have to Google this along with us here, listener, because as we've learned, I'm not... I don't edit in shit properly, if you were here last week. But in the fuck, marry, kill... See, I thought of fuck first, but I came to the same conclusion you did of Magikarp being my first selection. Because Magikarp's got some DSL going on. What does it say about me?
Direct service link, internet connection.
Yeah, direct service link. Also, I don't know. That's all right. I could get behind that. Nope,
See,
it's all right. It's just better if the listener doesn't know.
Fair.
Let them draw their own conclusions
Fair.
based on their Google image search.
It's like a choose your own adventure
Yeah.
podcast. All right,
It's
all right.
what is wrong with
Which one of these? Which one of these fine, gentle ladies?
That's rough though. Like
I-
Squirtle was my first, you know.
Squirrel's your home.
Yeah,
your
Squirtle's
homie?
my homie. But I ain't got nothing wrong with Pikachu.
See, that's the thing. You gotta like kill's just the remainder.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, unless there's someone you really like on the fuck, marry, kill list that you want gone, it's really just like fuck, marry, and then the leftover one. Usually for me.
Yeah, and I guess it's like in that sense that like I don't know, and I'm just going with my gut instinct here. I mean, like if I had to kill one of them, I'd probably pick Magikarp, but Magikarp has ascended with its pouty, you know, mouth area. It's the best podcast ever.
Man, my mom listens to this. Look, Mom, it's funny jokes podcast.
It's just jokes, kids.
Please do not have this conversation with me. Look, I'm begging, okay? It's a joke. Let it go.
If it makes you feel any better, you'll be back in town by the time this goes up.
Oh, thank fuck.
So I would probably marry Squirtle, but that's no offense to Pikachu. I like Pikachu, I do.
But I mean, in the end of the day, I guess Pikachu just isn't as
I
fuckable.
got it. You know, I don't think we got time to go down that rabbit hole, but I could analyze that for a while.
All right, let's move right on past.
Yeah, I
Right
like that this guy, this Brett.
Like he
I
let
like
you know
that-
what you were
yeah.
going for.
Brett opened hard.
All right. Here we go.
This is entitled, by the way, Top 10 Questions I Have for Nerds and Geeks. Devoid of any context. Just these
So
are the
like
questions.
Brett, we're answering your questions.
Yeah, Brett. Now you know. Question number 9. Would Monty Python still be funny if they had American accents?
It's a hard question to answer. I think it could be, but I don't think it would be. Because, like, if they just were British people with the same culture, the same background, the same sense of humor, but they were doing an American accent, it could be funny. But if they all had American accents, logically, they would all be American. British humor doesn't translate to American sensibilities. American people get it wrong.
I show you Tim and Eric.
Or The Office.
Or The Office, sure.
American people don't quite get how to do British humor. Not even me, and I'm okay at jokes. Not even most American comedians. It just doesn't translate. It's a cultural thing. So I think it could be funny, like if you got the original Monty Python cast, the Pythons, and put them together and said, all right, do your same bits, just do them all in like John Wayne American accents. I think that shit would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but they'd make it work. Now, I'd say...
And under the preface that it's just them doing the bit with an American accent, yeah, of course it'd be funny. Those guys were funny.
Yeah. Even if it was just those guys and they had American accents, would it be as funny? Not as funny.
Some of the bits would be. Some of the bits wouldn't be.
I think they'd still be funny, but just like there's a lot of goofiness in the Python sketches that is lent to by the mutability of the various English accents.
And the specific, because there's a lot of American accents too, but
Sure, but they're
not as specific.
Because, like, I can't think of an American accent wherein a part of speech could reasonably be...
Like, to use the example that literally everyone knows, because even if you've never seen Monty Python, you've seen those fucking commercials from the late 90s and early 2000s. So, you know the goddamn parrot sketch,
Yes.
okay? Think of that sketch with any American accent. The only one that is funny is deep Southern or Cajun. And that's only because Boomhauer is an inherently funny character.
I mean, I think you could make it work, but I think you'd have a lot more...
It's a big stretch.
Yeah.
It's a big stretch that I don't know would be worth it.
You know,
in
I
return.
think, honestly, actually, let me take this back, all right? And I'm going to put this bluntly, because I don't feel like dancing around it right now. But I think it would still be hilarious if they were all black.
Why specifically?
I just like comparing your average accent white comedian, even sketch comedian, with your average accent black comedian.
You think they have that variability of
They've
tone?
got that variability of tone, the flexibility in their word use, the rhythm that a lot of white comedians just don't have.
Because culturally, it's a different kind of comedy.
Sure,
It's much more revolving around like brick jokes and then sardonic punchlines off long setups.
But like especially in a similar era, like the 70s and 80s and stuff, African American comedy was a lot of like mugging.
Now I just want to see like a whole bunch of classic Python sketches recreated by Key and Peele.
Oh my god!
That's
a great way
beat for beat.
That's a great way to look at it too. Key and Peele have a really great grasp of their craft, and I can see those guys with a handful of others being like the American Python.
Yeah, for a long
Which
time.
sounds like a professional wrestler.
Well, I mean that is kind of Hulk Hogan.
I suppose.
And like mid '90s or mid '80s, either one. Not early or late of that decade of either of these. Saturday Night Live cast,
Sure.
I think, could do it.
Maybe.
But
depends.
they would all bring a different flavor to it that I don't know would work as well with those specific bits. Because those specific bits were funny because of the specific British culture they came from.
Well, and we always remember the good Python bits, and we have to recall that not all the Python bits were good.
No, well, I mean, that's something that anyone who talks about Python at any length will tell you. Look, dude, they weren't all winners.
Yeah.
Okay?
A lot of them just went on too long, and the punchline was sheep! So, I'm talking about a specific bit. If you know what it is, write it in the comments section and like this video.
Look,
Subscribe
okay,
to our channel.
sometimes those guys went a little too far into absurdist humor.
And I love absurdist humor.
But
That's my bread and fucking butter. I grew up on Space Ghost and the Brack Show,
Dude,
alright?
It's not just your bread and butter now. Benevolent absurdist humor is now the internet's bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's memes now.
Yeah, it really is.
Memes used to be like caustic mean shit. Now it's just benevolent absurdist humor.
I dig it. It's that Space Ghost generation, man. I ain't even fucking with you.
But, like, I don't. It could be funny.
Yeah,
I don't know that it would be
I think
funny.
it's interesting. I think it bears...
I would love to see it.
Yeah,
in either
that's
case. Because
exactly
even if
what
it sucks, I want to know.
Yeah. So if you guys develop some sort of alternate dimension viewing machine in which we can see that...
Or if you have like a sketch comedy troupe who really wants to take a run at the Python shit and put it on the internet,
Yeah, give us a link. We'll pimp you in the next podcast.
not only will I pimp you, I'll pimp you to all my friends because one, you'll either be good and I'll look like a genius, or two, no offense y'all, but y'all will be fucking terrible and I'll look like a genius anyway.
Alright, question 3. Would you rather have to watch a hologram of your parents having sex or open mouth kiss your own clone?
B, option B.
Option B.
No fucking chance. Option B.
That's like, would you rather eat poop or a steak?
Well, it's not quite that much of a contrast for me because I'm not nearly as much of a narcissist, but I think me and Clone Me would both know that option B was the right call.
What are we doing, homie? Because either this or watch mom and dad have sex. You got it.
I understand. All right.
That was a fast one. This one might not be. Which 39 comic book heroes would you take on a World of Warcraft raid?
How much of an asshole do I get to be during this question?
Fuck, go full ass. What fuck do I care? The first question was fuck, marry, kill, Pikachu, Magikarp, Squirtle.
Fair enough. I only need one. Saint of Killers. There, I'm done.
Saint of Killers and whatever 38 other guys want to complete the raid.
Saint of Killers and 38 alternate universe Deadpools.
Fucking main universe Deadpools. You don't gotta go that far. I probably just like pick a bunch of guys I felt like hanging out with.
Like if I'm trying, like if it's time to beat the raid and I really want to win, like presumably I can shunt them back off to their universes once the raid's done, and I ain't gotta deal with the Saint of Killers killing all the other dudes and then me. That's the only choice. That's the only choice. He's the most broken character.
Yeah.
But like if we're just doing Big Two, I mean like give me a selection of Justice League and Avengers. Just give me the main rosters for both, and then like fill in backfill rosters. That's fine. We'll do fine. It's cool.
I'll probably just pick a list of 39 superheroes I feel like hanging out with.
Nah, because you gotta have some heavy hitters. Because some of those raid bosses would fuck up the superheroes you like.
Dude, all right. Number 1 on my list is Squirrel Girl.
Shit. All right. Is her plot armor in is her plot armor
Look,
in
if
effect?
things get dire, we will look away. Okay.
Squirrel Girl looks like
We'll turn back around and we've saved the
It's
raid.
very important to the plot that we win. We're all gonna look over here.
You know what? Fuck it, because I have Dupe too, so we're fine. Okay. Look, just because I like Z-list comic book characters doesn't mean they're not all gods.
Fucking Squirrel Girl.
Doorman and fucking who else? All kinds of great guys. Whatever. Fuck you. You've listened to me talk about comics.
Like,
for a
this
while.
could be we could do an hour-long podcast on this trying to min-max shit, but ultimately, like, you don't have to. Shit, I got Superman and Batman. We can 3-man it.
Yeah, I'd have Spawn. I mean, if he was really dedicated to this raid, he's got it on his own.
Look, all right, ain't nobody in WoW does kryptonite damage.
Well, there's magic.
A bunch of them do magic damage, but Superman's not weak to magic. He's just not especially invulnerable to magic. It'll be fine, yo.
Okay.
And you know what? Superman, Batman, Dr. Fate. There. Clean sweep.
Doctor Strange is going to be on my team just in case my goofy shit didn't work. Fucking, I get the Ninja Turtles too. Fuck, we're set.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good time. I want to write this fan fiction now.
I don't want to be awful.
All right. Moving into some more fuck, marry, kill territory. What are the top 3 hottest fictional illustrated characters?
That is a fucking hard question, man.
That is a difficult one. Let's preface this with this is off the top of our heads.
Perhaps that's a fucking hard question. Bad way to phrase that. I just realized.
You know what? If it gets a laugh out of the listener, that's all I give a shit about. Ultimo, you laughing?
He's laughing.
He's laughing. Shit, that is a toughie. My root beer is exploding over here. It sounds like I dropped Pop Rocks in it. Well, I don't know. Let me see if this will pick up.
Dude, no, come on.
Well, I'm giving you a minute to think, man. I'm being cool. I fucking
just fucking punched the mic.
I'm so sorry.
You just punched me under the ear. Let's see if it'll pick up. Are you ready, guys? Listen real close. Punch the microphone. Full force. Just fuck you.
This is quality entertainment. You tune into the Two Nerds podcast to listen to.
Jesus fuck, man.
I really wish we could talk about the new Turtles movie.
Me too. I do too.
All right, hottest fictional illustrated characters. Starscream.
Oh, a lot of the pressure just came off my
Yeah,
list.
it's cool. I'll put Starscream on there. That is one sexy Robo Man. I would say Ultron, but he's only hot in the movie. He's only got that Robo booty, that Ro booty.
Technically, he is CGI.
I don't know if I'm thinking traditional print media.
Okay, all right. We can keep it to that.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say Harley Quinn. That's kind of like.
I mean, look, we all watched Batman the Animated Series as children. Harley Quinn was a first in a lot of our lives.
Yeah. I'm throwing a bunch out here. What do you?
I'm waiting for you to finish your list.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I do mine.
Finish my list. Okay, that's fair. Shit, that's a tough one. I'm looking around my desk hoping I have some sexy figures, and not just Mr. Gibbs and Ganondorf, and a bunch of ponies, and I do not swing that way.
Yeah, I got like. All right. I'll give you some time. You give me some time by punching the listener in the fucking ear, you jackass.
It's too bad we don't have a barrier, Kevin. That would have been a lot less painful. But I ain't gonna remember this shit.
Let's see.
I apologize at the top of the show for exactly this reason.
It's kind of got to be like you're right. Harley's got to be on that list.
Sure.
Because I mean, damn son.
I'm not so fond of her current red and blue.
It's the costume design more than anything for me.
The hair just looks funny because they use blue so often in comic books to denote black with highlights.
Yeah.
But like it's so saturated here, but it's the same shade.
Yeah.
It just looks weird.
That's really difficult. The other one that's coming up, up in my brain right now. I know it's not that I find the character incredibly attractive. It's that one specific iteration of this character I found incredibly endearing. So I don't know if that counts.
I mean, this is like.
Well, it wasn't illustrated.
Okay.
So I think that one's off the table. I mean, probably if we're just gonna go like stuff that was formative for me as a kid,
sure.
I can throw out like Rogue from the X-Men cartoon.
Sure, sassy.
Yep. My brain is struggling to think of because there is one that occupies that third slot. Do you have your final person?
I'm gonna go with let's go with the least complicated response. I'm gonna go with Velma Dinkley.
Yep, that's who I was thinking of. Thanks, buddy.
Cool. Yeah. Which one of our lists had a robot guy on it, by the way? I ain't even joking, man. Have you seen how they draw him lately? Listener, Google that shit. Good God. All right. Would you rather have a lightsaber or the Iron Man suit?
Iron Man suit. No contest.
That's tough for me.
Not for me.
That is...
Look, if Storm and Norman can figure out the Iron Man suit, I'll figure out how to fly that fucking thing. And what's more, lightsaber is traditionally known to be very difficult to use if you are not sensitive in the Force. This says nothing about me getting Force powers. I just get a lightsaber. And that is a great way to end up cutting off my own damn arm. All the lasers in the Iron Man suit point out at my enemies and are attached to my hands and feet and only point out at my enemies. Presumably I could repulse or blast myself in the chest, but I think he has accounted for that.
I see. I'm a fat ass though. What would I do with an Iron Man suit? I guess give it to you and fuck you. I want a lightsaber.
That's fair. That's fair.
Unless there's the Iron Buddha or something, I'll take that one.
Well, I mean, I gotta figure the Iron Man suit. Look, it's gotta be tailored. It's not like it's gonna be because if it's the RDJ specifications, neither of us will fit in it. He's like 5'5" or some shit.
Like your ankles and your wrists are sticking out.
I don't want to be the Iron Man. What?
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. That'd be pretty fucking scary.
Iron Buddha?
Like fucking Iron Buddha come crash into the sky. Oh. Can I have the Iron Patriot version or like?
You know what? Unless judge's ruling, yes.
Okay, sweet. Because Storm and Norman's the best. If you could
Storm and Norman is the worst.
That's what I said. If you could live in any MMORPG world, which would you choose? None of those ones that are weirdly pedophilic.
Yeah, those are all gross.
We went on a fucking, let's get into an MMO, and I'm almost positive I talked about this before, and there was, a bunch of them that were, really sexist and not in the way you'd think, and then a bunch that were here, play this character, and, I know everybody talks about the fucking Monchichis from the Final Fantasy MMOs, and they're like, oh, that's really pedo. No,
that's just cutesy,
those are just cutesy. They're little hobbit people. That's fine. But then there's one game I played. I don't even remember the name of it because it doesn't scrub my brain.
It was naked 8-year-olds.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was just 8-year-olds with a ribbon around the chest area.
They were America's Next Top Baby Model,
and I was 2 ribbons on the crotch, and then a giant gun knife, and that's it. No, I don't want to play that. Yeah, I don't want Chris Hansen to show up at my house for playing a video game.
Because he'd be interested in what you were up to.
Yeah.
What's going on in this thread? Shit, MMO world.
They all suck. That's the problem with MMO worlds. They're all shitty asshole worlds filled with murder. None of them seem like a good place. Where are we going to live? Going to live in the Marvel Heroes universe where a new band of superheroes attacks literally every 5 minutes?
Well, which one do I want to be a fucking NPC in?
Well, I mean, look, dude, it says you're living in the world, not that you're going to be Wrathgar the Destroyer, new Lich King.
All right, like you'd be like, oh, what's that? I can learn magic over there. I was a citizen in my previous life. No, I cannot learn the magic. Thank you, though. So you know what? Originally, I was gonna say no. I don't want to go to the World of Warcraft because it's shitty and depressing and stuff. But fuck it, I'll fucking kill a chipmunk or whatever and get warlock powers.
Yeah, I'll go be a member.
Sign me
You know
up.
what? If I get to be like a player character class, I'll go be a member of the Kirin Tor. I'll go just live in Dalaran. Fuck y'all. Y'all do whatever it is you do. I'm gonna sit up and study magic in a floating city.
I'm gonna go hang out with the trolls, learn their ways, learn their voodoo, and then I'll be a voodoo.
Yeah.
I'll be a voodoo.
You're
And
a
I- and then I
human
will
though,
go hang
so
out with-
like probably not.
I think we all know at heart I am not.
No, you're an orc.
No, I don't even know if I'm an orc. I'm like a fucking panda.
Big,
Peace and zen and ham.
all in equal measure.
In a massive furry.
Next question.
Next question. Can Superman be turned into a vampire or a zombie?
Huh. Well, he's typically immune to, like, diseases. So it depends on if we're talking, in either case, are we talking a science-based viral version or a magic-based version? Because if we're talking science vampire, science zombie, then no. Typically he's immune to most Earth diseases. If we're talking magic, then I would say probably. But why would you, though?
Well, like, is it possible? Not.
Well, I mean, it's possible, but if he gets turned into a vampire, he's just another vampire. He runs off solar energy.
True.
He's a giant solar battery. He'd probably vaporize himself the first moment he
Well,
became a vampire.
why would you? Because you're Lex Luthor found a way to ruin Superman's day.
That's fair. No, because then he's a vampire and he'll probably just eat you. Like, first rule of Lex Luthering, you don't give the alien more powers.
True.
Zombie, if it's magic zombie, like if somehow Superman was killed and you zombified his body, I don't see why that wouldn't work. He's not immune to magic. If he's a magic, like, necromancy zombie, yeah, no, I have no idea. I have no idea why that wouldn't work. He'd probably be like a resilient zombie. And depending on how the magic works in your setting, his solar powers probably wouldn't work anymore. But they might. Certainly be worth a try.
I don't have a better answer. And so we move on. Who would win in a fist fight, Han Solo or Captain Kirk?
Probably Captain Kirk.
Yeah, if it weren't a fist fight, I'd be like Han Solo all the way.
I mean, like, look, if they have any manner of guns, Han Solo will wreck that tubby fun lord.
If it was a ship-to-ship fight, Han Solo all the way.
Nah, see, but, like, I don't know that that's true, because the Falcon is great, don't get me wrong, but the Enterprise is like a post-scarcity society ship.
Yeah, it's also not, like, super maneuverable.
Yeah, especially the first one.
Yeah, because the Falcon would outmaneuver
Because
them.
we all know how maneuverable the Falcon is with that left turn, though.
Left turn now, get out, just listen gently, whatever. Family Guy. But regardless, I think it's also, like, fucking huge, comparatively speaking.
Yeah, they did this, like, that's always sort of questionable. Like, I know the Enterprise D, would fucking dwarf the Falcon.
Yeah.
Just on physics alone. It doesn't make any sense otherwise. But, I imagine the first Enterprise is probably bigger also. It kind of depends on how their weapons work against each other, and I've never heard of any shields.
On the Falcon? Yeah, the Falcon's good.
Well, I suppose it does, but, like, not very good ones.
Depends on what the different, like, fire...
This is a very hard sci-fi nerd question.
Yeah, the question was about who could punch who better, and that's totally Kirk.
Yeah.
Like, we'd have to bring up, like, fucking fact sheets that exist.
And, like, research
Do the
relative
math.
size and punching and, hitting power of their, fire, of their, like, turbo lasers and photon torpedoes and shit. That's not what this podcast is about. You know why? Because, like, all right, one of these series is not a hard sci-fi series. One of these series is basically Seven Samurai in space. Okay, just unclench a little. Let it go. Han Solo would totally lose to Captain Kirk in a fistfight, though. Captain Kirk beat up the Gorn.
Yeah. Fucking Kirk can throw a
And,
punch,
like,
man.
if you've seen Han Solo in the series, he's not the best in a hand-to-hand scuffle.
Yeah, he's scrappy, but he's not, like, Kirk would drop the wood hammer on him, and that would be the end of the day, man.
If you put a blaster in his hands and a phaser in Kirk's hands, I think that fight ends in like 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Because Solo don't fuck around.
So,
Solo's got that Indiana Jones. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna
so
talk. You're gonna spend 5 minutes talking to me.
Who would
Shoot.
win in a fist fight, Han Solo or Captain Kirk? Han Solo because he shoots him.
I like that answer better. Moving on.
Our last question. Would you rather be a wizard or
Wizard.
a Jedi?
I didn't even have to hear the second. What was the second option?
Jedi.
Unless it was double wizard, it was still gonna be the same answer.
I mean, they are still the same answer. Jedis are just specific space wizards.
No, they gotta follow like dumb rules and shit.
No, they fucking don't.
No, because they do though. Because if you do it wrong, you become like a raisin. You become like an evil raisinette.
Someone come by and cover your ass in chocolate? Was that why Darth Vader needed the suit? Because of all the chocolate?
Well, he was coated in a black substance. I'm just saying. You become an evil raisinette. Look, all right, that's how it works.
Well, like, different settings need different things. You know, sometimes wizards are more like clerics. They have to be very religious toward the god of magic. Sometimes you need to sit and be cloistered and study. Sometimes you need to, like...
Right, but there's only one setting where there is a Jedi. And there's like I can pick the wizard version that I like the best.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of exploitative. But,
Look, wizard clearly wins. Like, in terms of which one's the better option to be. In terms of who wins in a fight, I also say wizard, but, I mean, I was always gonna.
Should I be given the powers of a wizard or a Jedi? Probably safer with Jedi. Because the Jedi do not have a stone to flesh spell.
Or a was it actually flesh to stone and then stone to mud?
Sure, that's a favorite, but, like, I would just go around turning stone things to flesh.
Weirdo.
You do you, man. I'll do me.
But yeah, like between the two, we'd be safer if you had the powers of a Jedi. Because even like straight up Sith, you gotta be cautious with that shit. You can't just be lightninging everybody.
No.
There's like costs and stuff. You turn again, raisining.
Yeah. Unless you're real good. But
So-
not a lot of real good people exist.
But in some settings, you can be a shitty wizard and just fuck everybody's day up.
Yep. Fucking stone to flesh.
Like
Check out-
in D&D, you can be a 5th level wizard. In terms of overall adventure level, the next best thing to like Billy Bob straight out of community college, and you are still a terror to behold. In like the Harry Potter series, look, the Weasleys didn't even graduate Hogwarts, and look what kind of shit they pull. The twins specifically.
Yeah.
Ron went back after the book series, from what I understand, because Hermione made him.
Yeah. But what about Runo?
Classic Bruno. He said, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm rich. I ain't gotta go back. I'm gonna go be an auror."
I've already learned stone to flesh. What more do I need?
What newts am I gonna take that's gonna top like kicked Voldemort's ass? Actually, in the books, convince Voldemort to kick his own ass. That's maximum wizarding.
Yeah,
right?
that is maximum wizarding.
People bitch about the end of the Harry Potter series, like, well, he wasn't a very good wizard. He didn't. No, y'all just ain't used to wizards. Convincing someone to kick their own ass is maximum wizard.
On that note, I think that's a podcast.
Yeah.
33 minutes, 27 seconds. It'll be even longer with the intro and outro.
We did it, folks.
So, thanks, Brett. Thanks for your stupid fucking questions. Where I had to talk about how much I think Starscream is hot.
I'm deeply concerned about you, Brett, but not enough to actually reach out to you. So, you do you, homeboy. Everything's better. Oh, we doing more?
I was just going to say thanks for listening to this crap. We'll see you next week with Turtles.
Cool. Yeah, Turtles will be a better podcast. Even if the movie sucks, it'll be a better podcast. Everything's better when nerds talk about it.
Fuck it, let's get hardcore!